Good morning. I got a couple appointments today. I was fixing to head out to the chiropractor, but I was going to tell y'all, no, I ain't posted my food since I've had this mess, and I ain't trying to hide nothing from you because I'm coming and telling you now, but I just ain't felt like it. I ain't felt like taking pictures of it, making no video of it. I've done some videos, but I've not felt like doing an everyday. You'd be surprised of the time it takes to do a stinking 1 minute video. You would not think editing, because you just wouldn't think. I mean, it's not super duper. I'm just saying, every day I just didn't feel like doing it. Part of my meals have been on plan, part of them have not been. I've not really had a full day of going berserk, I don't think, because like I'll start breakfast out, good, and then it's not long and I'm just like, I'm just not feeling it. So I've just been of the, I'm gonna just feel better. When I get over this, I'll get back on track. Now, if I was the old me, like I was September a year ago when I went on vacation, if I knew that was going to put me off the rails for a year and never get fully back on, I would have never had the mindset of go enjoy yourself. I would have just sucked it up and done what I could, the best I could do, without purposely saying I will not track and I will not eat right. I will eat anything I want. I would not have done that. So this time, having this mess and saying I'm just gonna feel better, if I eat something, if I don't, I know I will get back on track when this is gone, because I just know I will. So there's a difference in mindset. Our mind plays like the biggest role. Our mind is the biggest role. Of course, it's how much food we eat, but we eat up here. Our mind tells us, go ahead and eat that, it don't matter, or no, don't, you're doing so good. So we got to get it up here, and I'm getting it up here. I just choose, like this past how many ever days, I've just chosen not to stress over it. So now I'm coming to you now and telling you that's why you've not seen anything, because I've just not been in the mood. I ain't gonna lie. When I get over this and I'm back close to 100, I guess, we'll get back on track and we'll get back into our little routine. But until then, it just is what it is. Ain't that the saying? So I'm headed to the chiropractor. Then about lunchtime today, I got a CT scan on my lungs. The doctor said that it came up on my chart that since I used to be a smoker, that I should get a lung CT. And I quit in 2005. So I was like, well, I'm at the point of my insurance where they cover everything now. I'm like, well, we'll do it. If I don't have to pay for it, I'll do it. I don't care. But then this morning I've been sitting here and I was up early coughing. So, I got on up and I got to studying on that. I'm like, you know what? I've been in those machines plenty to know if they're going to go all the way up here on my lungs, they're going to shove me up in there where ain't nothing going to be the top of my head sticking out, and I'm probably going to freak. I'm already thinking I'm going to tell them to jerk me back out, because when I had the MRI on my back, since it's down here, I mean, they push you way up in there to get your lower back. You're all the way in there except for just seriously the top of your head. And so I could lay there as long as I kept my, and your arms, are above your head if you've never had one, because obviously my arms are as wide as I am are not going to fit. Our hospital has the big one for bigger people like me, but my arms are not going to fit in there with me. And I don't know if that's how they do it anyway, but at any rate, your arms are slung way back on top of your head. And so as long as I laid there and I kept my eyes shut, I could process it and talk myself through it. But if I open my eyes and it's just right, the top of the thing is just right there. I mean, it's just right there. I would start getting, kind of, because I am not one to like closed in spaces, and buddy, that is a closed in space. So I'm already freaking out about it. I just don't know. I'll come back when I get through and I'll let you know if I did or if I didn't. Because, I'll tell you, free or not, we'll just have to say about that. Excuse me. So, no, it's 22. I got to head to the chiropractor. I'll talk to you later. I'm back from the chiropractor, and, you know how when you're laying around with nothing but you and your thoughts? So when I'm on the decompression machine, we turn the lights out so I don't have to stare at them, and you got 15 minutes to just lay there and think. I think it's 15 minutes. I don't know. It goes fast. But it dawned on me, I have this cough that I cannot control. I can't go get a CT scan because I can't be still. So I'm going to have to go in here and reschedule that. So I guess I can breathe easy today. I don't have to have a panic attack today. But I want to tell you about this woman that she's filling in for my regular girl. The last week before, when her brother had died, I think I told y'all that. And the aunt that she cared for, they had brought hospice in like the next day because she had a stroke. And they just gave her like no more than 2 weeks to live, and she passed. So this is the same girl that filled in. She used to work for the doctor years ago. Well, she has the bubbliest personality and spirit that you can imagine. She's this free spirit. I don't want to call her a flower child, but she's kind of a flower child. And so we talk and talk, when she's there. I know y'all can't imagine that. And so today, since I got the cold, she was saying she had started coughing too, but she says she makes this stuff called fire cider. I've never heard of it. And she said her daughter told her she just found some on Amazon. But for years, she's made her own. And it is like vegetables and things, onion, garlic, horseradish, lemons, stuff like that, turmeric. She puts in a cheesecloth, puts it down in a mason jar. She makes 4 quarts at a time, ties it up, tops it off with apple cider vinegar, puts the fermenting stone on it, and she lets her sit for 3 weeks. And she said anytime she feels like she's catching anything, she takes like 5 or 6 shots of it a day. Her husband, same thing. He takes it to work with him. He drives a truck. 5 or 6 shots a day. So she had some with her because she said she felt a cough coming on. She said, when I got through with my thing, she said, I got a couple, and she makes, her daughter makes elderberry syrup. So she had some of that. But the fire cider has jalapenos in it. So I'm like, I can't do spice. She goes, well, just try it. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I said, but, if it's too spicy, she understood. And, but she said, I got 2 plastic cups. When you come out here, or do your little stem therapy, whatever it's called, TENS, I don't know. So she poured just a little bit in the bottom of that cup, and I smelled it, and it smelled like an Italian dressing. That's what I told her. I said, it smells like an Italian dressing. Do you have garlic in there too? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I said, now the jalapenos got me worried. So I took a little sip, and just the slightest of heat, just the slightest, nothing that you could not handle, did not linger on the tongue. It was just like on the palate. It tasted, I went ahead and turned up the rest of it. It tasted like it would be a delicious salad dressing. I'm not even joking, y'all. I told her, I said, girl, you got a lock on this stuff. I said, I don't know that you could buy anything from Amazon that would taste that good. But she's been doing it for years, so she's perfected her recipe. So after it ferments, then you do some honey in it. So I'm like talking to her, and she's telling me all these things she does. Well, she was drinking. She had a water bottle, and it had some purple stuff in it. I thought maybe she had mixed that elderberry syrup in with something because it's purple. And I said, oh, is that elderberry in there? She goes, no, it's a smoothie. She says she makes a week's worth of smoothies on the weekend for her and her husband to take one a day. I'm like, well, how do you keep it from separating? She freezes them in those water bottles, and they pop one out at night, so then it's thawed for them in the morning to take. In her smoothies, she does like bee pollen, Demetrius earth, however you pronounce it, but I know what she's talking about. Flax seed, chia seed. I don't know. There was a handful of stuff that she adds in with her, like blueberries and whatever she puts in it, and then she does like vegetable ones with kale and carrots and stuff like that. And so we were talking about all these things she does. I said, girl, I said, your kitchen must look like a health food store. She said, you have no idea. And so I just, with the way she looks and the way she acts and her energy, I just asked her. I thought she was in her 40s because I had no clue, but I just assumed she was in her 40s because I did not know how old her children were. We had not gotten that far. I said, how old are you? Because she was talking about, let me back it up, she was talking about when she met her husband, or I don't know if they're married or not, but anyway, she met this man 5 years ago. They'd been together. And she said he was really sickly. And she said he had a poor diet. The foods he ate were, not good. And she said, and I'm not about any of that. She said, so she has started making, over the years, him to eat more like her. And she said he told her, he cannot believe how much better he felt, how much more energy he had. So that's when I'm like, how old are y'all? And she said she was 56. I'm like, you're only 1 year younger than me, and you are so much younger than me. She said, well, it's because of what I do. I'm like, how did you start? That's what I wanted to know. I'm like, how did you even start doing this? She said, when her son, who just turned 33, she said she remembers it like yesterday, when he turned 5 weeks old, she said she was sitting there and she is just like, I cannot live like this anymore. She said I was overweight. She drank 4 liters of drink a day. She said she told me, she said, I ate several times a week, big old plates of nachos. She said a king-size Snicker bars every single day. She said sweets. She said I ate all that. I ate terrible. And she said, I just decided I wasn't going to do it. She says, I marched into my kitchen, she said, and I swiped every bit of that out, threw every bit of it out. And I'm like, so I wanted to know, what was your first step? Once you rid all that out, what was your first step? Because I don't think she could have gone from wiping out all her food to all this health stuff that she makes. There's no way she could have done that. So I was curious. Simple answer. She cleaned up what she was eating. Why is that so simple to understand and to say, but so hard to do? But that's all she did. Simple as that. She just started cleaning up her food. If I could clean up my food, this might go easier, but it is hard to do. It is hard not to have, well, I'm not talking about the cookie beans, because that was a special feature of this movie. But if I want to have a bowl of cereal, before bed, something like that is hard for me to say no to. So I cannot see myself going to that extreme. So for her to do that, it was just so inspiring. And then when I see her, how she looked and acts, and I mean, she hops around like a bunny. She's all about it, I'm telling you. And she was just at a feel-good festival this weekend, and she said she thinks she heard her back from all the dancing she was doing. But she said there was this little kid. She said they give her a tambourine. She's cute as a button, and the bandana in her hair and everything. And but she said he was over there. Said she's just watching her with that tambourine. So she crouched down, and got eye level with him, and trying to get him to do it. So she think maybe that's when she heard her back. But see, she's out there dancing. I cannot walk to my mailbox, and I'm just like, oh, girl, I aspire to be you, and I just don't even know. I don't even know if it's possible. I'll just tell you the truth. I don't know that it's possible. So I was just very taken by her today. And y'all don't know her. I don't know her. I know her, but I don't know her. But I just thought y'all might be interested to know, there are success stories out there, and she is definitely one of them. So we might have different roads to get there, but I think we all have a success story in our future. If we don't think that we do, we might as well quit. If I don't foresee that somewhere down the road I'm going to be a success story, I might as well quit now, because why bother? If you don't have an intention in mind for when you get through with this, what we're doing, then forget it. You're just spitting in the wind, right? Just doing it to be doing it. You got to have some kind of purpose in mind. So I know what my purpose is. It's just sometimes bringing it to fruition is harder than it is for some people. But anyway, I just thought you might like to hear about her and that firesider. I'm going to look that up, see about that, because we make rock and rye, which I need to make another batch. I should have already started, considering it's October already. I have a little bit left from last year in the freezer, but that's what we make around here, rock and rye. It's just a stank old liquor that you get at the store that you can put different things in it. Some people put peppermints, some people put lemon and honey. The batch I got now is lemon and honey, and like the batch before was peppermint. So you just get you a bottle of rock and rye, get you a bunch of them little peppermints, you know, like the Starlight mints. Just, you have to pour some off the top to make room for it. Stick them down in there and just let it sit until they dissolve. Shake it up, keep it in the freezer. Most people keep it in the cabinet. I think it goes down smoother if it's in the freezer, and alcohol does not freeze. So the kids, they always thought it went down smoother. So they get sick. Come on. They were just like me as a kid. Mama had a jar of something. My other mama, she had a jar of something in her refrigerator. I did not know then. I just knew it was the worst tasting cough medicine you ever put in your mouth, and I would almost die to keep from going over to that refrigerator. She kept it in the door. Okay, I'm sorry. If she even heard you go, come on, she'd get that spoon out. Oh, you knew what was coming. It would curl your nose hairs. It was so strong, and it was clear, okay? Until I got to be an adult, did I realize there's probably a 99% chance that it was moonshine. Plain and simple. But that's what we do. You knock it out. You don't need that cough medicine from the store. Get you a good homemade liquor. Kill them germs. Listen, it will kill everything from the head to the toe, let me tell you. So I would keep that in the freezer, and the kids would start, feeling sick. I said, come on in here and get you some. No, they didn't want it. I'm like, just go on, take you a swig, So I can't even believe that I have not thought about it. When I started taking this, I cannot even believe I didn't think about it, because I'll tell you the truth, I don't catch a lot of colds, so I don't take it regularly enough to, I guess, think about it. So I'm gonna go in there right now. I'm gonna get me a swig. I'm gonna see if I can maybe kill some of these germs I got lingering around. Every time I talk to y'all, I think of something. I like that. Y'all are good for my memory. Y'all are good for my smarticle particles. That's what my daughter always called it in school. Whenever she would do something and get a good grade or whatever, she just come up with, she said she used her smarticle particles. I just thought that was cute. So y'all make me use those. And so that's all. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to do this video, and then y'all going to see it, because I hadn't started showing my food. I've already explained that to you, and maybe we'll start fresh tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, there'll be no more CT talk today. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna reschedule that bad boy probably for next week. So then that'll be something to look forward to. So y'all have a good rest of your day.